For it is God who worketh in you, both to will and to do of his good pleasure. For it is God who worketh in you, both to will and to work, for his good pleasure. For it is not your strength, but it is God who is effectively at work in you, both to will and to work. That is strengthening, energizing, and creating in you the longing and the ability to fulfill your purpose for his good pleasure. Not in your own strength, for it is God who is all the while effectually at work in you, energizing and creating in you the power and desire, both to will and to work for his good pleasure and satisfaction and delight. For it is God which worketh in you both to will and to do of his good pleasure. For it is God who is working in you both to will and to work according to his good purpose. God is the one who enables you both to want and to actually live out his good purposes. For God is the one working among you both the willing and the working for what pleases him. God is working in you to make you willing and able to obey him. For it is God who works in you both the willing and the working according to his good pleasure. For God is the one working in you both the wanting and the working for his good pleasure. For it is God who worketh in you both to will and to accomplish according to his good will. Yes, it is God who is working in you. He helps you want to do what pleases him, and he gives you the power to do it. It is God himself who is working in you. Now you want to obey him, and he makes you strong to do that. When you obey him, that makes him very happy. In fact, it is God who is working in you, both to will and to work, for the sake of his good pleasure. For it is God who works in you, both to will and to work for his good pleasure. Because God is working in you, to help you want to do and be able to do both to will and desire and to work what pleases him. For it is God which worketh in you both the will and the deed, even of his good pleasure. It is God who produces in you the desires and actions that pleases him. Because God is always at work in you to make you willing and able to obey his own purpose. For it is God who is working in you, enabling you both to desire and to work out his good purpose. Yes, God is working in you to help you want to do what pleases him. Then he gives you the power to do it. For it is God who is producing in you both the desire and the ability to do what pleases him. So then, my dearest friends, as you have always followed my advice, and that not only when I was present to give it, so now that I am far away, be keener than ever to work out the salvation that God has given you with a proper sense of awe and responsibility. For it is God who is at work within you, giving you the will and the power to achieve his purpose. What I'm getting at, friends, is that you should simply keep on doing what you've done from the beginning. When I was living among you, you lived in responsive obedience. Now that I'm separated from you, keep it up. Better yet, redouble your efforts. Be energetic in your life of salvation, reverent and sensitive before God. That energy is God's energy, an energy deep within you, God himself willing and working at what will give him the most pleasure. For the one bringing forth in you both the desire and the effort for the sake of his good pleasure is God. God is working in you. He wants your plans and your acts to fulfill his good purpose. He is working in you. God is helping you obey him. God is doing what he wants done in you. For it is God who works in you both the will and also the deed of his own good will. For it is God who is at work in you, enabling you both to will and to work for his good pleasure. After all, God himself is the one who's at work among you, who provides both the will and the energy to enable you to do what pleases him. Because God is energizing you so that you will desire and do what always pleases him. For God is at work in you. He helps you want to do it, and he helps you do what he wants you to do. For it is God that worketh in you, both to will, both to desire, and to perform for good will. For God it is who is working in you, both to will and to work for his good pleasure.